going to give a little bit of an homage to the spacers. Now, many spacers this entire offseason were concerned about shooting. And they said, oh, we don't have enough shooting. We need to bring in lesser players who aren't nearly as good because they might take one more shot per game, like a Javier Ramos. But we also told you from the beginning, though, and we've seen this in practice here, a guy to keep a very, very close eye on is Mo Krivas. Now, Leah, if we could maybe show some of this video right here. This is Mo Krivas. And we've seen this. We have seen this up close. And people, you don't really believe it until you see it. But wait until you see some of these 3-point shots here, Sheer. Wait till you see him just hoisting this up like it's nothing. And but we have seen this. What are your
if you watch his tape from Europe, like before he came to Arizona, he was a completely different player. I think he was kind of in his shell a little bit last year. But like, if you look at these highlights, like right there.
Look at this. That's money. And that's
but look how like smooth and comfortable he is, like shooting that shot. He would have never shot that last season. Never.
Right. And let's be honest here. There is something Tommy Lloyd and Marcelo Martinez asks, will he be allowed to shoot threes, though? Yes, he will be allowed to shoot threes. Tommy Lloyd was not letting Umar Ballo, leader of men, go for no reason if he didn't have ultimate faith in this kid. I believe, and I'm going to continue to say this, as good as Umar Ballo, leader of men, was, that I believe that Krivas has another level that Umar Ballo, leader of men, I don't believe can ever reach. And I think that you're going to start seeing some of that this year, Sheer.
I mean, look, I don't know if you've seen his numbers. He leads that entire tournament in block shots. He's top 5 in rebounds. He's averaging 14, 9, and 3 on 60% shooting. And it's not an easy tournament. He's got, obviously, a bracket play coming up, so it'll be harder. But, yeah, I mean, we said this before. If Tommy Lloyd didn't think that this is what Krivas had in him at the college level, they would have tried to get Umar to stay, but Krivas would have left. And that's the thing. Krivas would have left very likely if Umar came back. And Arizona basically said, you know what, we love you, Umar, but go get paid. And we are very, very comfortable with having Krivas as our center.
Doesn't Krivas feel very much, and I've said this before, but when I make a good point, I try to just hammer it home because there aren't many of these, but doesn't Krivas feel very much like that Gonzaga player that's there for a couple of years, and then by his third year, he becomes an All-American?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Tommy's very, I know it hasn't hit at Arizona a lot, but Tommy's like, Umar was not good when he came to Arizona, and people questioned it, and Tommy goes, look, just trust me here. Right. And I'm not saying this is going to happen with a guy like Conrad or whatever, but if Tommy says, trust me here, he's earned it, though. He's earned it. If he says, trust me, Krivas is going to be really good by the time he leaves Arizona, he's earned that trust.
Okay. All right. That's, that's
by
fair.
the way, Conrad leads the tournament in assists and only about 12 minutes of action per game. My God.
You and I, though, you don't feel great about where Conrad's future is, though, at the U of A. Let's be honest. But with back to Mo Krivas, the one thing, though, that I don't want people to get ahead of themselves, I've seen that he's projected as a first-round pick next year. I don't see that. I really don't see that. I think it's going to take him a year or two, because here's the things that we still got to worry about, though, with him. And I like Mo Krivas a great deal. First of all, he's not the strongest dude in the world, and he still has a lot of issues when it comes to people swiping the balls away from him. Just not. And there's things that I think he needs to work on from a strength, from a coordination perspective. If he were in the NBA, I think he'd be in the G League. I just don't think he's nearly ready. I think he will be ready at some point, but he's not there yet.
Yeah, I think it's a year away. I mean, now look, if he makes that jump, Arizona's going to be awesome next year, right? If he plays like an NBA first round draft pick, but I think he's a year away still.
Yes, I think he's a year away, but that is something to keep an eye on, though, because he is going to be allowed to shoot threes, though, and that would be the first big man here that has been allowed to shoot threes. I mean, Umar Ballo, you did not want shooting threes, obviously. Dylan would have been one of those guys if Dylan stayed around, but Dylan didn't stick around, obviously. Then Henry is going to be allowed to shoot threes. I don't know that I want Henry in the game, but if he's in the game, he's going to be allowed to shoot threes. Koloko obviously wasn't willing to shoot wasn't going to shoot threes, so I get that one as well.
I don't think Tommy would ever tell a guy not to shoot anything, to be honest. It's just not that's not how he coaches. If anything, he'll tell guys to shoot. Now, look, if Umar went out and shot 8 threes a game, maybe there'd be some stuff there. But
so you think if Ubalalo went out there and shot a 3 within the confines of the offense, Tommy Lloyd's not saying anything?
It'd be close. It'd be close. I don't know.
That would be
a vital part of the game, or are we talking like Arizona up 10 with 3 minutes to go?
Yeah, fair enough. All right. I don't think he's going to ever allow it, though.